Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. Today we're having a look at a news article from War Thunder, and this news article is talking about pages of history, and this is pretty cool. It looks like they're increasing the Memorial Day stuff once again and making it into a full series on a monthly basis, and this is really awesome. The Memorial Day stuff has, at least for me, kind of reinvigorated different parts of War Thunder. It's basically meant that I've been playing a bunch of different stuff in the game that I haven't played in years because there is little challenges for it, and it's really lovely to see it be actually kind of promoted in this way. They're obviously very much into it because of the fact that they've added a bunch of mechanics to it. That means that a lot of people are enjoying this stuff, which is great, and now they're expanding it even further with the pages of history idea. They're kind of bringing back, I suppose, the war stories idea that we had before, but instead, this one, I suppose, is a little bit less centered around something, whereas instead this one is just based around all of the different operations which are around the place. And since we'll probably get an April Fool's announcement tomorrow, this is something to definitely at least look at or focus on and see what's going on. So the way that they're changing the Memorial Day stuff is they're basically keeping it the same, but they are adding extra features to it. So instead of it just being kind of just a simple each individual memorial date is by itself, now what they're doing is they're kind of bringing them all together over the series of a month. There's 8 tasks available to you one by one throughout the month. And then as you complete each one, you can get yourself a trophy. So each task you get the very standard trophy we've seen in other memorial dates. So the 20 to 50% RP booster for 3 to 10 battles. Same for the SL booster, 3 to 5 universal backup vehicles, 1 day a premium account, or a random camouflage from the vehicle or from some of the vehicles of the event, which are usually purchased by Golden Eagles. So basically, there are 8 different memorial dates. That is the standard prize that you can get for completing each of them. And also on top of it, if you complete all 8 of them, you get access to a new profile picture, and this is Sir John Dudley Laverack. He was a veteran of the 2 World Wars. He was governor of the state of Queensland, and also during the Second World War he commanded the Australian unit in North Africa against Rommel's army. So if you are a collector and you enjoy profile pictures, or maybe if you're an Aussie and you're interested in Sir Laverack, this would be the time to pick him up. So yeah, all you've got to do, you can either purchase it through GE, by the way, so you can purchase it if you want until the 3rd of May, the profile picture. But if you want to grind it out, you have a bunch of different Memorial Day events to do, and if you complete all of them, then you get access to all of the little rewards, and also John Laverack himself. So I think that's really cool. I think this addition to the game is super interesting, and I'm glad that they're expanding on this, because one thing that War Thunder has been missing for a while, let's say, is the fact of its historical nature. There's been a lot of wacky and weird stuff going on in War Thunder for a long time, but also the roots of the game are very much rooted in history, especially when it comes to the vehicles themselves. And to have an event which kind of promotes that and promotes the learning of that, I'm always interested in. Just like how the decals do it, just like how World War II Chronicles did it, just like how stuff like War Stories was supposed to do it. The fact is, now we have a really cool event that also does it. So people can learn about the history of what's going on, and then also learn about, and also get some cool stuff from it. Another thing just to let you know is the user-created window change camouflages has come out, so the trophy for them has. And there's going to be 40 unique camouflages in this. So there's going to be 21 for ground vehicles, 17 for aircraft, 1 for naval, and also 1 for helicopters, and of course the wind of change decal as well. So a lot of the new vehicles, some old vehicles got themselves some interesting camouflages. One of the main interesting ones is probably the Puma. The Puma one looks super nice right now. But yeah, if you're interested in that, make sure to obviously get involved with that. There's the market stuff going, and these camo boxes just get better and better and better over time. And generally, a bunch of skins do get cheaper, which is nice. Some get more expensive as the time goes on. But hey ho, there's way more money wandering around in the gadget market right now. And also, with stuff like the Tailspin event, with probably the April Fool's event coming up as well, you'll be able to get stuff like that, which will be quite nice. They're also adding some new vehicles to the trophy boxes, the SDKFC 2344, the PV2D, and the USS Phelps. So if you've missed out on those in previous events, you can now get them through the RNG boxes, which sucks. I don't personally like them, the way that they do the boxes, but also at the same time, this does mean that these will be more available on the market. So that's really nice to see. So when it comes to the pages of history, there is Operation Iceberg. This is from the 1st of April to the 4th, and this is going to be the capture of Okinawa. Began on the 1st of April 1945 with the capture of the Kurama Islands to secure U.S. naval operations in the area, and the landing of U.S. Marines on the western part of Okinawa. And since now this stuff seems way more formalized, we go straight into Operation Flax, which is from the 5th of April to the 8th, which was initiated in the April of 1943 to blockade air traffic between Tunisia and Sicily as part of the North African campaign. US fighters conducted an intensive hunt for German transport and bomber aircraft in the air, while Axis airfields both in Italy and aircraft were bombed in numerous bombing raids, so you'll probably be able to play some bombers there, which would be nice. Then Operation Grapeshot comes along on the 8th of April. This is the Italian campaign, must be completed, and having gathered forces and carefully calculated the strike, the Allies began an operation to destroy the German forces in northern Italy. And on the 9th of April 1945, Polish and British troops, supported by aviation, began an offensive against the enemy. So that'll be probably Italian vehicles, maybe some German, and also some British and Polish stuff. Oh, there's also some interesting news, but wait until a video later on so we can go through that about some Polish things. The 11th of April, there's also the Siege of Tobruk, which is one of the large points of the North African campaign. Tobruk was the key to the advance of German troops on the African continent. That is why the Führer entrusted the assault on the city to one of the best generals, the Desert Fox, Erwin Rommel. The city's garrison of retreating Australian infantry bravely fought back the onslaught from the armoured corps and forcing the Germans into a long siege. One of the brightest and most dramatic battles of the North African campaign had begun. I do like these little descriptions they're giving. I think they're actually really nice. Maybe they could accompany it with like a video or something later on. That would be pretty cool once this gets more ironed out. Then, from the 15th of April, you've got the Battle of Berlin, of course. The Red Army had travelled an incredible distance in preparation for this day, and from the threat of the imminent defeat near Moscow, having defended Stalingrad, having survived near Kursk, having liberated Ukraine and Belarus, they marched across half of Europe to finally come here. Berlin is ahead, and the last and most important battle of this war. A very bloody battle was the Battle of Berlin. It would be nice if Silo Heights got a little bit more recognition. It is recently in Enlisted, which is really nice. But also at the same time, it would be nice to see it a little bit more. And then on the 18th of April, you have the Stettin-Rostock operation. This was when German troops in northern Germany found themselves between the hammer and the anvil. Soviet battalions are crossing Oder in the east, and British troops advancing from the west in the of the country to the north. The Baltic coast might be the last hope for besieged Berlin, but only if the Germans managed to keep the area clear from the enemy, which obviously it wasn't. The 22nd of April, you have the Allied landings in New Guinea, of all places. So in the fight against the stubborn Japanese defense of eastern New Guinea, American forces could get bogged down for an extended period, losing time and initiative. After the destruction of the Japanese aviation group defending the island, the Americans overtook a daring landing operation, and deep behind enemy lines, in an area of the town of Holland and Atape, a significant number of troops led by General MacArthur landed to swiftly cut off the main forces of the Japanese from supply. It'll be interesting to see how they do that, because obviously that's mainly an infantry thing, but I'm sure there were some vehicles involved. And then the last one is from the 25th of April to the 28th, and this is Elbe Day. So we are so different, but how similar we are. Troops of the Soviet 1st Ukrainian Front met infantrymen of the 1st US Army near the beautiful Elbe River. A handshake between Russian and American soldiers closed the encirclement of Germany. So that'll probably be, you can either use American vehicles or Soviet ones. But yeah, if you complete all of those, you get yourself a cool profile picture and also some boosters along the way. For me personally, these events have been awesome. I'm glad that they're expanding upon them. I hope they continue to do so. And as always, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. I'd just like to thank Merciless Reaper, Jerry Provolt, Mega Dino King, Professor X1718, Orange Tail, Sakoshi Tiger, Teddy, John Ryman, Universe, Eugens Terry, Ambrosius McClellan, Daniel Stanton, Martinez, Moxie, B. Young, and Derek R., Barine, Lafouche, and Samuel Slick for supporting the channel.